my video for June the 20th, 2019, which is video number 3120. No, I'm sorry, 22, is entitled Trump Announces Re-Election Bid in Orlando. No, I still do not trust the Donald. Yes, I watched his entire speech announcing his bid for re-election as POTUS. He is a great speaker, and he said a lot of things that may or may not be true. Why do I put it that way? Why can't I just take him at his word? He still surrounds himself with warmongers, for one thing. He rightly calls out the fake news people in front of the stage. But by the end of his speech, he is attacking Iran and putting forth rhetoric about moving the capital of Israel to Jerusalem. To me, he is still part of a great charade. And even though he has managed to trick many good people, I need to see more than words. Lies flow so easily from those holding political power in our world. Yes, I'd like him to be working for the benefit of common folk. And he paints a word picture that is what he is doing. Still, he did not get into that office by chance. He got there because the moneyed interests shifted their rhetoric. To me, it may all be just another deception in a world run by liars with other motives than uplifting humanity. I was still awake over an hour after I watched that speech, and I've continued this morning when I wake up here to readjust the blurb that I was preparing for this video. And I'm still not 100% convinced that it says all that I'd like to say. And I hope people take time to listen and not just think that the blurb is everything. People tend, I think, to respond sometimes to the blurb when often things are covered that are not even in the blurb nor suggested by the blurb. Anyway, be that as it may, I have friends that are very, very much in the Trump camp and see Trump as bringing the positive changes that the world has long awaited. And those friends, of course, are not going to like me saying that I still doubt Donald Trump. Well, one of the reasons that I doubt him, of course, is because the people that are backing him are talking about a reevaluation of the currency. But when I look at how the currency is being distributed, it's going first to government agencies. Government means mind control. Get it through your head. The elite establishment that runs our governments does not have humanity's interest at heart. They are charlatans that lie all the time. And Trump may be just another master liar. He's good at it. He's really good at making money. He's demonstrated that. But he's been backed by people that have an agenda. And the agenda of the nation of Israel, which is an antichrist nation, as I see it, that is the red flag. That is the big problem. And he's aligning himself not only with the moneyed interests, but he's aligning himself with the reestablishment of a nation that is not supposed to be reestablished until the Shiloh comes, until Christ returns, in other words. That's how I see it. I'm not saying I'm right, but I am saying that is my perception based on the things that I've read and experienced in my own personal life. And that's all any of us can do. We have to be willing to think outside the box. And I do want to make some videos about thinking outside the box, about Charles Finney, for example. I don't think I might have mentioned that in some other of my more recent videos, but I want to go back and just cover some of the things that he did that influence me still to this day as I've gone back and read some of his autobiography. In any case, folks, I'm not anti-Donald Trump. I'm not even anti-Israel. I am pro-truth. I am pro-love. In other words, I want to see a world where our leaders, when they're talking to us and telling us things, they're not lying to us. I have watched too many videos, even on mainstream media, where the pundits, the people being interviewed, admit to lying. I watched one just yesterday also. There are people exposing the charade that goes on and on and on in our politics, not just in the United States, but worldwide. And the political establishment worldwide is run by moneyed interests. The House of Rothschild and the other factions of the elite establishment, so-called elite establishment, have an agenda. And the agenda is control of the entire planet. They want a one world government that they are the boss and they can get away with doing anything they want, and they can subject the populations of the world to their rules. And their game is nefarious. It's not beneficial to humanity. It's only beneficial to those who want to control others. They are weak-minded, though intelligent, but intelligence is not the mark of spiritual maturity. They are spiritually immature. They are still trying to control others rather than to uplift others. I want to see our leaders work to tell the truth, to uplift and level the playing field. The playing field, if you haven't noticed, is not leveled. In fact, it's more and more imbalanced as time has gone on, so that a small percentage of the population controls the majority of moneyed wealth. I'd like the RV to be real, to put money into the hands of visionaries, but that's not the way it's set up. And I'm still not certain that I will ever see a payout that will enable me to fulfill my vision of helping to uplift those that are less fortunate, and to bring a level of real awakening to the human population that will shift us to a reality where we actually cooperate with one another, where we actually do learn to love by learning to listen and being willing to hear alternative points of view, and not shutting out people that have different experiences than we do. We don't need to attack one another, but we do need to come together. Is that possible? I don't know that Donald Trump's bid for re-election, nor his current office, is bringing us closer to that, though I hope it would be. Thank you for listening, and namaste.